Imagine a quiet afternoon, your child's laughter filling the air. Suddenly a monkey attacks. Chaos replaces joy. In that instant, your world shatters. Grief and rage surge. A primal urge for revenge ignites. You want to find that animal to make it pay. This isn't logic, it's instinct, ancient and raw. The pain demands an outlet, and the monkey becomes the focus of your fury. You might even want to lash out at any similar creature. This urge is powerful, a desperate attempt to restore order after senseless violence. Friends offer comfort, but nothing penetrates your pain. Your heart, once full of love, now burns with hatred for the creature that took your child. Loss narrows your vision until all you see is the source of your suffering. The instinct for revenge isn't evil, it's a testament to love's depth. It's a deeply human, understandable reaction to the unbearable. But what happens when the initial storm of emotion passes? Can we move beyond the urge for vengeance, or does it consume us, blinding us to reason? Now step back from that pain. Consider tragedies in the wild: a hiker attacked by a mountain lion, a swimmer by a shark. The grief is just as real, the loss just as absolute, but we don't blame the animal for evil. The lion, the shark, they act from instinct, not malice. They hunt, defend, survive. Their actions are not moral choices but ancient patterns. Nature is indifferent to our feelings, it doesn't judge. A tiger that kills isn't a murderer, it's a predator. This realization doesn't lessen the tragedy, but it shifts our anger. We mourn, we fear, but we don't assign moral blame. We accept that we entered their world governed by primal rules. Sometimes we pay the price for crossing that boundary. The animal isn't evil, it's simply wild. Our rage turns from the creature to the randomness of fate. We recognize the difference between human malice and animal instinct. This understanding brings a measure of peace. But do we apply the same logic to ourselves? Here's the paradox. After tragedy, do we declare war on all monkeys, all lions, all sharks? Of course not, that would be absurd. We know punishing an entire species for one act is irrational. Other animals aren't complicit, they have no collective guilt. We isolate the threat, take precautions, maybe remove the specific animal. But we don't seek vengeance on the species. We separate the individual from the group. This nuanced thinking lets us coexist with a dangerous world. We can fear, grieve, and still act with reason. Why then do we abandon this wisdom when judging our own kind? When a human commits a terrible act, our logic falters. Suddenly one person's crime stains an entire group by race, religion, or nationality. Nuance disappears, suspicion spreads. They're all like that, we hear. Prejudice takes root. This is the same flawed logic as blaming all monkeys for one attack. History is full of such collective blame: terrorist attacks, crimes by immigrants, and more. We trade reason for the comfort of a clear enemy. This collective judgment is unjust and dangerous. It builds walls, sows fear, and leads to discrimination and violence. Innocents are punished for the guilty. We abandon our moral compass for tribalism. Why do we let this poison spread among us? Prejudice often begins quietly, a whispered agreement in a cafe. One person uses a single crime to judge an entire group. His friend nods, and a link in the chain of hate is forged. This is confirmation bias, seeking evidence for what we already believe. Every negative story becomes proof. Every positive one is dismissed. The echo chamber grows, empathy erodes. People become faceless threats, not individuals. When we stop seeing humanity, cruelty becomes easier. The darkest chapters of history begin with such whispers. So what can we do? First, look inward. Question your reactions in moments of anger and fear. When you feel the urge to blame a group, pause, ask, am I being fair? Seek the humanity in others. Listen to their stories, see them as individuals. Empathy is the antidote to prejudice. Millions of innocent people bear the weight of stereotypes they didn't create. They deserve understanding, not suspicion. This is our moral test. Can we rise above primitive instincts and reject collective blame? Let's choose understanding, see the individual, and judge actions, not groups. In doing so, we break the cycle of vengeance. We build a more just and compassionate world.